Well, hey family, this is Darlene. Wanted to thank you for stopping by the Jury by BDK YouTube channel. I know you didn't come here for a sermon. So here's the video, and we'll talk soon.
Well, hey family, happy Tuesday. This is Darlene. I am sitting here making some bracelets, and I was working on some projects earlier this morning that I started working on last night. So it's a lot of stuff that I'm working on, trying to get done to kind of release for all this year, all during 2025, if the Lord says the same. But right now, I'm making bracelets that some of the wire beads that I made. So I'm going to use a couple of these and some of these other beads up here. I'm not really sure what I'm going to match them with yet. Let me see these right here. I haven't used these all up. I might use a couple of these evil eyes. Yeah, what's in this one? I don't want to use nothing in there. So let's do, I got a black glass bead, the square one. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. This square bead came with maybe about 12 or 13 other glass beads like this, but they were different colors, and I got them from Joann's. So this is the black glass bead that came on that strand. And I'm going to go ahead and use some of the wire beads that I made in the video. I'll attach the video on here if you want to see how to make these. And I use 18 gauge wire. Sometimes, depending on what I'm making, I'll use the 16 gauge wire so that this wire bead will be thick, nice and sturdy and thick. This is still sturdy and thick with the 18 gauge, but the 16 gauge, I like to use that sometime too, depending on the beads that I'm using. So I'm going to go ahead and use two of these because this is what I want it to look. I want that bead to be sandwiched between the glass beads. And then we'll just put a couple of those little bone beads. And maybe these wood beads. I don't know if I want these on here or not, but let's see. And you know, it don't take very much to make a bracelet, so it's just figuring out which beads you're going to use. And sometimes I don't even know what beads I'm going to use. I just like to grab the beads and keep it moving. So people have been listening to the audio books that I put out, and then there are some questions. Whatever is in, it's like any other book that you read. You take from it what you can use, and the rest of it you disregard. The entire book does not apply to one particular person or many particular people at all. It's basically you take what you take from it. If you learn something from it, you learn something from it. If you're able to apply it, you apply it and you keep it moving. That's all there is. There ain't no more. It's not saying, hey, you have to do this or you should be doing this. That's not, what it is. It's literally the way that businesses are structured according to the landscape of how things usually go. It gives you basically a foundation, a really good foundation to build on top of. And if you can use what's there, you use what's there. And if it's not the other is not applicable to you, you just don't use it. It just don't make sense to you. That's like coffee. A lot of people like their coffee black. A lot of people like their coffee with cream and sugar. A lot of people just like cream. Some people just want sugar. So it's like whatever makes sense to you to use, that's what you use. It's not meant to try to suggest to anybody that they have to do something a certain way. That's not how books work, and I think you guys know that. And I was surprised when I got the questions from people. I'm like, well, that don't make sense. If you really look at the question and I was going to put the question up here because you guys know I'm good for screenshotting something and putting it up here. But then I was like, well, I don't want to embarrass nobody. But then I said, I thought about it a couple times, and I was just like, if you really read what you're asking me, it don't even make sense to you if you really read what you ask me. It just really makes no sense. So I'm like, that don't even make sense right there. I don't know if you just being, if it was a 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning type email or what it was, but I was just like, eh. And then, some of the questions that came through were like really good questions, like people were asking and stuff. I think I want to use these big black beads too. Hold on a second. Let's see. I think I want to use a couple of these. But sometimes, a lot of questions that be coming through, they don't even be making sense. And sometimes I don't even answer stuff because it just don't make sense. I don't think anybody read a book, a full book, and walk away from that full book saying, "Well, I got to do everything." Well, that don't even make sense right there. You take what you can take, you use what you can use, and then you just you keep it moving. And I know somebody was saying, I don't know if it was a man or a woman, but the person had said about jewelry. They were saying to me about jewelry, where your channel is all about, it's all about jewelry, but you're putting audiobooks on there. Well, yeah, I'm putting audiobooks on there because a lot of questions that a lot of people, and keep in mind, remember this, I don't have to explain myself to nobody at all, period. But it only makes sense, if somebody else is thinking it. Um, a lot of questions come up about a lot of things, and you guys don't see the emails that I get or the Facebook messages that I get and stuff like that. You guys don't see none of that stuff. And out of respect for people, I don't clip it and put it up here, so you can see it, because people don't want everybody in their business. But a lot of the questions that I get, to me, it's like they warrant a book of some kind, like something, even if they're short chapters of something to answer the questions in a book form, so that people will know, okay, you can get it, you can have it, you can download it, or you can listen to it, and like whatever is whatever, it answers a lot of questions for a lot of people. So that's one of the reasons why I do the audiobook. And another reason why I do the audiobook is to capture another segment of the audience or the market, right? That's what scaling a business is all about. And when I get these questions and stuff coming in, it only lets me know that people don't understand business. A lot of people don't understand business. They don't understand scalability or sustainability. A lot of people don't understand, and that's okay. That's okay. But don't come to my email box questioning anything that I do. You trust and believe whatever it is that I'm doing, I know what I'm doing. Okay? And that's all there is. And you don't build your business for today, you build your business for the future. So anything that you're adding to your business, that allows you to be able to capture more of the market, right? As long as it's relative to your business. And even with that though, a lot of businesses are parent companies, and they have all other type of businesses, that they're engaged in. So don't never limit yourself to just making the jewelry. If there's something else that you want to do, like, if you want to create whatever purses, and that would be an arm to your business. If you wanted to create wallets, that's an arm to your business. If you wanted to create journals, that's an arm to your business. It's almost like being this octopus, and that octopus has all these different arms. That's what a business is about, and that's what it's called. It's scaling and sustainability. And that's what you want to do. But when people don't understand it, they just don't understand it. But don't be letting people lock you into a box. Well, you do that, why are you doing this? Because I want to. And I can. I want to, and I can. That's all there is. There ain't no more to it. And you don't just build for today. You're building for the future. That's what you're doing. You're building something to capture more of the market. And however you do that is how you do that. But you don't go from making jewelry to hamburger recipes. That just don't match. So you try to make whatever it is relative to what the core business is, right? And stop sending all them stupid questions to my email box. But anyway, this is what I'm this is how this one is gonna look. I like the way they look, and I love these little checkered beads. I think I got these at Michael's. So these came from Hobby Lobby. The checkered is Michael's. The, these black beads I think I got from Hobby Lobby. And then of course these big beads right here I got from the Dollar Tree. And I think I'm gonna finish them off with this one. I really don't be using a lot of black. I don't know why, but I don't gravitate to black like I do some of the other colors. The trip is I wear a lot of black, but I don't gravitate towards the like the black beads. I don't know why that is, but and it always looks so elegant. Look at that. That's really pretty. So this will be one bracelet. And I think I'm gonna go ahead and make this a set. Some of the questions and some of the comments that people be having, and they're not disrespectful. It's just like, you know, stuff. I'm just like, you actually sat down somewhere and typed this and sent this to me without thinking about what you sent me. And generally, it's self-explanatory. And if you read through the question, it's like, okay, well, ma'am or sir, you literally just answered your own question up in there. So I sometimes I just don't know. And I'm sure you guys that got a lot of subscribers or your email is out there or something, I'm sure you guys get a lot of little emails too that be like, okay, well, why you send me this? Because what you think is not going to change. Nothing I'm doing. And in a sense, if it's being, you know, critical and don't make no sense. Now, I'm always open to good suggestions and stuff, but not ignorance. I'm not doing that with nobody. I like the way this look. It looks very unisex, right? Almost like for a man. But then a woman can wear it too. I really like this. This will be nice too with some leather, maybe a leather cuff or a couple of little thin leather bracelets, or, you know, like those little friendship leather bracelets that tie and got the leather just kind of dangling somewhere. This is a very unisex bracelet. I like the way it looks. And I think I'm going to go ahead and make some more. I want to use more of these turquoise beads, but for these I like to use the thicker cord, but the 1.5 won't fit in here, and I really don't like using that 1mm at all because, you know, these are pretty heavy.